Hey guys, what's up? So, in this lesson, we'll talk about the most important information about India, and this is the part one of that. And we'll continue this series. So, let's get started. Okay, so here we go. This is presented by me, Roman Sani, and if you feel these courses are helping in any way, do give it 5 star and do rate, review, and recommend as much as possible. And you can follow me on Unacademy on this link, that is unacademy.com/user/Roman Sani. So let's get started from the very beginning. Why we are named as India? What is the reason why India's name is India? See, India is called as India because in Sanskrit, like about 3 to 4 thousand years ago, the river which used to like divide present day India and Pakistan, that is Indian subcontinent की जो main river थी, one of the main river, that was called as Sindhu. Now whenever any traveler come to India, they always enter from the western end because southern end से the sea है, three sides से rather, और east में there is no invasion. It's usually from the western northwestern end. So whenever they used to come, they used to call it Sindhu. Sindhu से हुआ Hindu. Now Hindu is a very difficult word to be pronounced by Greek and other people, so they started calling us Hindus, and thus say for finally India. So that is why India is called as India here, as you can see. Now why we are called as Bharat? Officially India has two names, India and Bharat. However, Hindustan is used in common parlance. So India is also known as Bharat. Why Bharat? Because of three reasons. One is Bharatvarsh, sorry for the spelling mistake here, which means that like great Indian subcontinent. The entire South Asia is called as Indian subcontinent. Bharat tribe, which was one of the great tribe in the Vedic time, and Bharat emperor, which was one of the legendary emperor during that time. So this is the reason why Bharat is called as Bharat. Now Hindustan, because of the Urdu plus Persian element which came in India, that is why we are called as Hindustan, but it is not the official name, which we are a South Asian country. What do you mean by that? We are situated in the South Asia, यानी कि साउथ एशिया बहुत बड़ा है, मतलब मिडिल ईस्ट भी एशिया में आता है, से लेकर के आपका साउथ ईस्ट एशिया भी एशिया में आता है, इंडोनेशिया तक. सो साउथ एशियन कंट्री, बिकॉज ऑफ द हिमालयाज एंड द इंडियन ओशियन, we have a unique thing which is called as South Asia, and where the India lies. Population is 1.21 billion, but in 2011, but currently various sources cite it as between 1.25 billion to 1.3 billion. Land area is 3.28 million square kilometer. Okay, out of which water constitutes 10% and land constitutes 90%. Okay, density is 390 people per square kilometer. You can divide this by this and you will get it. Okay, and we are the 31st most dense country in the world. For example, one of the most dense countries is Bangladesh. Now President is Pranab Mukherjee, Prime Minister is Narendra Modi. So these are some basic facts in an introduction to India. Now let's talk about geography of India. So India extends from 8 degree 4 north to 37 degree 6 north. Okay, is that clear? So entire India lies in the northern hemisphere. There is nothing which crosses the equator. The southernmost point of India is Indira Point, which is on the Great Nicobar Island. Now longitude is like 68 degree 7 east to 97 degree 25 east. Now this is obviously in Arunachal Pradesh. As you can see, the latitudinal and longitudinal extent are almost the same, right? 30 degrees. And by land area, that is 3.28 million square kilometer, we are the 7th largest country in the world. Entire world may we come at the 7th number. Now these are the facts which people keep on forgetting, so that's why I thought I'll make a single video where you can remember all of them. From north to south, we are 3,214 kilometer. Roughly you can remember 3,200. And from east to west, we are again roughly you can remember 2,900 to 3,000 kilometers. Okay, out of which now India is like, as you can see it as a peninsula. The entire peninsula has coastline. This coastline is 7,500 kilometer, mota mota. Okay, and the northern part and the western and eastern part, we have the land frontier. That is, we share the boundary with 7 countries, which is total equals to like 15,000 kilometers. Now we also share maritime boundaries with some other countries like Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia. Why? Because of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which is like very far away from the mainland, more than 1,000 kilometers, but it is very much the part of India. Now हम बात करते हैं geography की. We continue. Longest river of the India is now like Brahmaputra does not originate in India, so large part of it flows through Tibet and China, while the longest river which like is entirely like majority of it is in India is Ganges. That is Ganga river. That is 2,500 kilometers. Obviously it goes to Bangladesh, etc. Largest lake is the Wooler Lake in India. Now, India can also be divided into a lot of physiographic divisions. One is the northern mountains, which include the Himalayas, peninsular plateaus, which include like your Deccan Plateau and beyond, Indo-Gangetic plains, पूरा आपका जो दिल्ली से हरियाणा, यूपी, बिहार, this entire belt through West Bengal. Then desert area, obviously it is there in the India-Pakistan border near Rajasthan and Gujarat. Coastal plains, obviously we have Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats and all that. And finally we have islands of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar mainly. Now top 10 cities of India by population, you can remember, just say, let's say you have a company और एक आपका एमडी है, वो बहुत ही पुअर जोक सुनाता है. सो एमडी बैठा चेयर पे एंड हक से पुअर जोक सुनाया. So like he's sitting on a chair and he's like making poor jokes. So now this is by cities. For example, Kolkata's metropolitan area has huge population and it will come on the third number. But अगर आप दिल्ली एनसीआर की population निकालोगे तो फिर वो 3-4 करोड़ पे भी पहुंच जाएगी. So we are not counting the entire metropolitan area. We are just counting the city. So Mumbai has population of 1.2 crore. Delhi has 1.1 crore. Bangalore has 85 lakhs. Chennai has 70 lakhs, Hyderabad 67 lakhs, Ahmedabad 55 lakhs. Kolkata is like surprisingly at 7th number, but the metropolitan area is huge. Kolkata has 45 lakhs, Surat has 45 lakhs, Pune is 31 lakhs, and the 10th city is Jaipur, that is 30 lakhs. And this is all data of 2011 census. Just remember, M से मुंबई, D से दिल्ली, बैठा से बैंगलोर, चेयर से चेन्नई, ओके, हक से हैदराबाद, अहमदाबाद, कोलकाता, से सूरत और पीजे से पुणे एंड जयपुर. Now, what are the major religions in India? These are the major religions in India. For example, 79.8% people follow Hinduism, 14.2% follow Islam, 2% like they can be rough variation. It is not exact data because it keeps on changing. But this is by and large correct. 1.7% Sikhism, 0.7% Buddhism, 0.4% Jainism, and 0.9% includes all the other religions. And finally, let's talk about indicators very quickly. So HDI. It includes basically there are 3 parameters and it has changed about 3 years ago. So I will not go into very much detail, but basically higher the HDI, better the country as far as development standard is concerned. It is roughly 0.609 and it comes at 130th place. GDP PPP, that is purchasing power parity terms, we have $8 trillion while per capita is $6,600. GDP nominal, it's $2.3 trillion, per capita is $18-20. And when it comes to rank, by GDP PPP we are at 3rd number in the world. By GDP nominal we are 7th, but when it comes to per capita, in PPP terms you are at 122 and in nominal terms you are 141. Now Gini coefficient is basically for income inequality, and so this is 33.9 here, which is like mid-level, 79th rank. So we will continue this series. Thank you for watching this. Have an awesome day.